Okay, so nothing personal, okay, I know. I just want to share you about my peace of mind, about my different POV about depression. So what it feels like to be depressed, I think when I was a little kid, I always felt like disconnected. Like when I'm around 13 to 14 to 15 years old. This is a report, guys, because I just want to be reporting about everything that's all about what I've been through, like literally, generally, what I've been through. And so, I always kind of reframe it a little, because depression can be reframed as a deep rest, they say. But not all kinds of depression has its, kind of like, more like disassociation for me. Because whenever I kind of like, because when I was, when I was in my early childhood, I literally am whole. I recognize it, the feeling of being wholeness, being connected to your feminine energy, being connected to your internal compass, whatever you call that. I'm always on the flow. Okay, so what that means is whenever a person is always on the flow state, a person really performs at its peak. Like literally is just enjoying whatever it is that is making up a hobby, or I think like just taking up sessions that they like. Okay, a person is in a flow state if that is what fulfills her or he. Okay, but when a person is in a disassociation with herself or himself, I think that's gonna be having a major problems in her or his life for afterwards, because whenever we kind of feel like those forces are nothing to be bothered about, and the only thing that matters about the person is in their own, okay, is in their own internal. What I mean is about that is reporting about it in a different perspective, because whatever it is that's gonna mean to you, not everybody else can mean it. Like, what is really this term that we call? People always refer to it as deep rest. I know, deep rest. It's nice. I like the positivity out there that they just called it as deep rest. What, but what I would like you to know, that it is more than deep rest. And I know I've been through this, because I think for me, in my entire whole high school life, I've always been a functional depressed person. Whenever I go out on events, I always fake it, I always wear a mask. Okay? I can prove it to you guys because I've been through it. But whatever I'm feeling, I'm always ditching. I'm always not accepting for what I feel right now in the moment. Whatever if a person is really disassociating or kind of like not into her or his skin, it's probably because they've been kind of like massive traumas in the past. I think they can really express their own. I think there are really traumas guys, that needs to be addressed this right now, because whatever you're disassociating right now, whether it's on relationships, whether it's in your self-identity, whether a person's in general, life itself, you know, just think, or maybe even feel about it. Just accept, okay, I've got this, okay, why am I like this? Ask, just ask, why am I like this? What are the reasons? Bum, 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 bum. But don't make assumptions, okay? Just ask. Ask. It's because you're neither accepting or denying it, okay? You're just asking. Nothing's wrong with asking, guys. You're just gonna ask yourself, why am I disassociating? Why am I in a state like this? But ask with an emotional, with an elevated emotion, with a curious, like, you know, with a childish curiosity, whatever feeling that may be, okay, just ask. You're not accepting, you're not denying it, okay? If a person's not accepting or denying it, it's neither the situation. You're not manifesting anything. You're not manifesting for a new disease. You're just asking, okay? And what I would mean about this is just make room for wonder. Because you never know, these emotions can fuel you anytime, anywhere. You might create something creative, like I do mine, like literally. If I'm good, I've a lot. Literally, if you just have a lot of ideas in your mind, like lately, you just have to express it in a new creative way, and you're just gonna be mind blown about that. You have those kinds of ideas because you've been through that situation in your entire life. And okay, I think deep rest is also good, but I want to dig deeper than that. Okay, it's because when we feel like, oh sorry, that's my leg. So it's because when we feel disassociated with our own mind, body, and soul, we kind of feel like we're kind of on the edge, or we're kind of like we've been cut through life. But whatever it is that you're disassociating, just realize this one thing. We're still here, baby. We're unlimited beings. We are unlimited. We're like this in a human body, okay? In a human soul. We're just like floating in the whole universe of our own beliefs, okay? Whatever we believe in, we create. Or it's because kind of like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm being deep. I'm being deep right now, okay? I know. But I think we're still here kind of makes me ground myself even more, because I'm reminding myself that I can create anything, like whatever I want, whatever I like from scratch, whatever interests everyone's preferences or a person's preferences about anything. Go for it. A person is unlimited if he or she believes it. Like literally, you can create something more than ever. But at least have that emotion, okay? You don't have to think about it. You just don't have that label anymore. If you're feeling like you're depressed right now, or you're thinking that you're being labeled, it's because of the diagnosis of depression, well, if you take it as a fact, Well, baby, it's going to be that way. I think whatever label that we've been through, it's not ours to take in, okay? It's not forever. Nothing stays in here. Even diseases can disappear anytime, anywhere, whatever you like, okay? Whatever you like. If you decided that, okay, fine, I give up, I don't want to be like this, if you turn around like that, well, probably might disappear for a long time. It might disappear. The diagnosis that you have been frustrating about might disappear because you're programming, you're reaffirming to yourself that you do not have to be this way. This diagnosis or whatever label that had been put up to you will never be the same. Okay, nothing stays. Everything here is energy. Everything here in the world is energy. Because energy itself is moving. When it's moving, it's energy itself. It's in constant motion. Your business, your money, whatever, it's flowing. Everything is energy. And I think that makes sense. Because whenever I think of it, nothing really stays at me. My whole life, I've been growing, I've been evolving, I've been literally been matured for a while. I've never been the same, I've never stayed the same. And I think that's good. Because we're evolving. And we're still here, baby. Bye.